log in for the very first time, you should first come over to the Settings tab and do all the general settings related to the account. I'm going to go over each one of these tabs here one by one. The first is My Account. You want to make sure all these data points are all filled in and accurate. When it comes down here, make sure that your country is correct. You're going to want to put in your SMS phone number that receives notification. And for testing purposes, if it's a different phone, you can enter the phone. Always make sure you include the country code ahead of the phone number. Next, you can set your alerts. You can be notified when your total credits reach below a certain amount. By default, we put 100 in there, but you can have that set to any amount that you want. Make sure that you always set your time zone as well. This is very critical, otherwise the schedule will have a difficult time working and finding the exact time to send out scheduled SMSs. SPS, you do not need to worry about. This is for users that purchased the SMS prospecting system back in 2012. More than likely, you do not have it. And when it comes to the alerts, you can decide how you want to be alerted. You can be alerted by email and text, or both. Just select it, and when you're done, click on Update. The next tab is SMS Information. Depending on the settings by the owner of the website, this may or may not be available to you to edit the append text. In this case, it's been automatically disabled by the admin who's the owner of the site. If for some reason it's open-ended and it allows you to put your own message in here, you must always have a message that says stop in some form or matter. In this case, you always want to tell the customer at the end of every SMS, anytime an SMS is sent out of this system, it's going to put the append text. It needs to say something close to reply stop to quit. That is for compliance and laws in most countries regarding SMS marketing. Next is our check messages length. Once the append text is placed into the content of the SMS, the body of it, you can determine if at some point your campaign messages exceed the allotted 160 characters per SMS. Now, when we get into the training about the keyword campaigns, etc., we're going to see how when you structure a message, always keep your messages around 135 to 140 in length, because you're always going to have, especially when you're using merge tags, data that's automatically added into the SMS, and sometimes this data can exceed the characters that you expect. For example, some people may have a first name that exceeds 20 characters. At any time, if that fills into the SMS, it will not send the SMS because it exceeds 160 characters. So always be cognizant of that when you're creating your messages. You do not need to use every single character in your SMS message. So back to SMS information. Anytime a customer texts in the wrong keyword, you want to have a typo message. So you can say, sorry, I did not understand that. Or it can say, I just got your message, I'll reply to you shortly, because what happens here, anytime the typo message is sent out, it appears in the SMS inbox. And here's what the SMS inbox looks like. Whenever a message that can't be delivered is sent to the system, it'll appear here. It'll show as read as unread. And I'll show this to you in a different training video, how to operate and use the SMS inbox. Next is our email alert on invalid keyword. You can be emailed anytime somebody texts in an invalid keyword. Just check this off, and you can determine which email to send it to. The email subject, hey, we just got a bad keyword, and the email message. And you can also put in merge tags, which will automatically propagate information into the body of the email messages, as well as inside the email subject as well. Next is our transactions. Anytime you complete a payment with our company, the data regarding that payment will automatically be appearing inside of the transactions tabs. Next is our seating notifier. The seating notifier is generally used for restaurants, and it is used by restaurants in the mobile version. To access the mobile version, you're going to want to click on this icon here. This will open up the mobile version inside of a new window. And you can give this link out to your, if you're a restaurant owner, you can give this to your waitresses or wait staff. That way they can manage this. But you're going to go to Seating Notifier. And then the first thing we want to do when creating a new Seating Notifier list is come back here, and we want to create our messages. This is how you want to construct the messages inside the notifier. Anytime the table is ready, and I'm going to show you how this is invoked by the wait staff on the mobile side in a second here. So we want to set our table is ready message. You can do client name, your table is now ready. Please check in at the front desk. Next is our waiting list confirmation message. Once we add a user into the seating notifier, which is in queue to be sent a confirmation table is ready message, this will automatically be sent to the client as soon as that client's name is entered into the system. And next, after 90 minutes, we can send a message saying, thank you, hope you enjoyed your dinner. We can also push a review link if you have access to a reputation management system. And finally, we want to assign all the leads that come in through the notifier that are entered by the wait staff into a campaign. So let's choose a campaign. I'm going to put in my test campaign and click on Save. Next, this is how the waitresses or wait staff will use the mobile version to automatically enter customers in and get them notified. So you're going to come in here, click on Seating Notifier, and that's automatically going to put you inside of the notifier. So when a customer comes in the door and there's no tables available, they're going to come in and click on Add New, enter the name of the person, enter their phone number, enter the service that they're receiving, and we can also send, determine if we want to send this message later than the allotted 90 minutes after they've completed their dinner. You can set this any amount you want, even 45 minutes. So I'm going to click on Save here. So now that person's going to get a message from the system that they're currently on queue to be seated. And inside of the system here, I'm going to go back to the stats, go back to usage reports. You can see the message that was sent out to the user. Here it says, add your table will be ready shortly. We will send confirmation when it is available. So next, once that table is available, let me jump back here. The wait staff can click here, and they can send that table is ready message via voice, and also via SMS. In this case, I'm going to send it via SMS. And now that one's marked as seated now. And I'll show you the message that was sent. I'm going to click refresh. It says your table is now ready. Please check in at the front desk. Also, this user was added automatically to our SMS campaign. At any time you want to delete a user, just click on delete here. And if for some reason one of your wait staff made a mistake and accidentally notified too many people, you can restore the deleted ones back by clicking on restore delete, and it'll restore the last 10 people that were deleted. And that's how to use the seating notifier inside of the system. You want to make sure when, for example, in the restaurant, if you're accessing via mobile, you can set the theme color of that mobile page. So if you remember here, it's green. We can set our mobile header text here, what appears at the very top, and also the mobile footer text. So we can put those in there and click on Save. We can also determine our color scheme that we want to use. Right now it's green. We can select like black, silver, dark silver, yellow, whatever appears great on the tablet or mobile phone that you are using to access the mobile services. Next is the bit.ly information. The system uses bit.ly links that are automatically created to invoke, for example, coupon campaign views inside of a mobile page. In that case, like in the coupon bidder, you're going to need to enter your bit.ly credentials here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. First thing you want to do is jump over to bit.ly. So you want to go to bit.ly.com, bit.ly.com, click on sign up, and you want to put in your desired username, your email address that you want the credentials mailed to. I have no clue why this keeps autofilling in like this. Then I put in our desired password. Click on create account. And now it should automatically log you in. You should also get an email as well. So first thing we want to do is we want to enter the username and password that we created here for our bit.ly account into our install. So let me jump back over to the settings here. Go to bit.ly. I'm going to put in my username, and then my password. Click on save. And now that setting is done. So we don't have to ever mess with this ever again. So on to the blacklist. The blacklist tool is used in the event that you're having problems with numbers spamming into the system. Entering the number here will automatically blacklist them from contacting any campaign inside of your system. Just enter the country code and the number that you want to ban, and that phone number will never be able to SMS into any of your campaigns again. If you ever want to release a number from a blacklist, just click on this icon here, and that number will be released, and they can continue the SMS through the system next time they text in. Now, you've already set your time zone inside My Account, so the only time you should select a different time zone here is if your owner of the company comes in here and tells you to select a specific time zone. Otherwise, you're going to leave that open-ended and do not touch any of the settings inside of this section. Next, we have the scheduler settings. This is two versions of a schedule. One is a better looking version, has better features. The new scheduler, if I click on save here, you can see what the newer scheduler looks like. And lastly, in the settings, we have set up our desired window layouts. Each section inside of the campaigns here have a certain layout of windows, and each window contains certain data points and information related to a campaign. So you can determine the settings by simply just dragging the windows where you want it. It'll automatically save those settings once you leave the page. Anytime you drag it and snap it into place, it'll save. You can also set the width of them and have them maybe side by side. It's totally up to you. Anytime you want to restore your windows, just click this link right here, and the windows will be restored to the default as when you first entered the system. This concludes the training on using the settings inside of the SMS Gateway.